Rio, you've been like with the band like the longest.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's better.
No, it's true. But I mean, you have seen like a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Through the
And
years.
I destroy a lot, you know. I'm the I'm the reason why the knee left.
Really? For real?
He told me, he said, "Oh, I'm leaving because of you." That's what he said, because I was so nuts in a European tour, you know. But just the fact of that being in one band for 20 years, that's like longer than my marriage, longer than anything I ever involved. Isn't it? It's like incredible.
It really is.
Yeah, so I'm just, really happy to be and staying together. And of course we have to, a lot of changes, we have to work hard and we have to make a choice. A lot of decisions and all the suffering, we have to go on, but it's worth it. Just to have a Spock's beer, that's like my baby. And I'm Rio Komoto because of a Spock beer. Without Spock, I won't be myself at all. No,
No.
Yeah, I'm nothing without a Spock's beer.
Aw, that's sweet. Oh, that's touching.
Yeah.
And I believe that you mean that sincerely.
I do mean that.
In case of Rio and Dave and Al, they've 20 plus years of that kind of thing, and it's the personalities of everyone involved has an impact on you.
It becomes a little family.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
And that's why it works. And why it radiates into the audience. And
I think it works because we only see each other a few months out of the year.
So. Then that helps. It's one of those kind of families.
Well, that's like family too. Yeah, it's exactly. That's what you go to Thanksgiving and you go, okay, well, that was good. I'll see you next year.
See you next year. It works well.
And another reason that I could stay in this band is everybody in this band forgive it. They forgive a lot. We go through, we get pissed off and we argue. We have an issue, the material, tour, money, everything. We just really say, email and communication like that, but we always just forgive each other.
Time to kiss and make up and move on.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
And thanks God for that.
Singing drummers are unusual.
Yeah.
Los Angeles is loaded with drummers and loaded with singers, but singing drummers who actually are really good singers. There's about 4 or 5 of us in town that we can rely on. If I'm doing a gig and I can't make, I get called for a second thing, I need a sub, I got to know who to call, and Nick was the guy.
Okay.
It was just a given in town if you needed a singing. Just on drumming alone, I'd call him. But so that's how we got to know each other.
Okay.
We were exchanging gigs, fill in for me here, fill in for me there, for almost 2 years before we even actually met face to face.
Wow.
I knew of them because of Nick, both from knowing him and also because, I'd heard about him in the magazines and what have you. But I had never heard any material. So
okay.
When Nick and I started chatting about it, kind of getting the idea that this was probably going to happen, I started investigating and learning. But Nick already knew that I had a background in, I grew up listening to Genesis and Yes, and my first album was Snow. That's the first thing he sent me.
Okay.
Because that was the most recent. They still didn't have a finished version of Phil Euphoria, and so I got Snow, and then it went backwards from there.
I was a huge fan to be honest, of all the Neil era stuff. I didn't really get into the Nick era much. We toured with them on part of the reason why I joined the band is because in my other band, Enchant, had toured with them twice, and I was a big fan, big time. So when it comes to any material that we do from the Neil era, it's a matter of learning whatever musical parts have been assigned to me, and it's a matter of probably committing lyrics but I already know the songs. I already know the structure of the songs. Whereas coming in fresh, with a bunch of material that you've never heard, like I had to do with Transatlantic, that's so much harder.
Yeah, I can imagine.